Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Wednesday, the 5th day of August, 2026. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. Hope your families are safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your families, including food, shelter, clothing, and health, are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the area of health, along with first responders who daily are doing their best to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our towns and streets and cities clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children, the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. The people that are out here trying to help recover the victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, profiteers, and perverts that create the great demands that cause these ugly and heinous industries to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So today, again, I talked about narrative yesterday. And those of us that are true Knicks fans, not the ones that put a label on themselves and just show up, will understand by this time. So the dawn came in 2020, I believe, or 2021, and now it's 2026. So we're talking about 26, 27, so it'll be something like 6 years. It'll be a 6 year. And we should understand how he operates by now instead of acting like we're just at the behind on the seat of our pants all the time, because the Knicks do not operate like that. Listen to this. Knicks suddenly, find themselves down to one of their most creative trade tools. That's when they just allowed Trey Jemison III to sign a two-way deal with Toronto. Now, this suddenly is like, oh, the Knicks just found this out. I didn't know this was going to happen. That's the stupid thing. That's the stupid thing. Understand again what we say, what we mean when we say the Knicks play chess and not checkers. You're looking at a checkerboard type of title here. Oh my God, suddenly. No, it's not like that. First off, understand something. The Knicks did not offer Jemison a contract and allowed him to become an unrestricted free agent. What does that tell a logical person that got something that is brains in their head and not in their anus? What does that tell us? It means the Knicks were not intending on keeping him. Then, as I mentioned earlier, there's a whole other crew of doofuses that's like, why didn't they draft a center? If the Knicks didn't draft a center, guess what? They didn't want to. It's not like, oh, suddenly we didn't draft, oh my God, we got to go back to the store and get milk. No, it's not like that. They decided they don't want to. Now, if we understand they didn't offer Trey Jemison a contract and they did not want to draft a center, what do you think? You think the Don's just sitting on his thumbs, not knowing what he's going to do next? Do you understand? He didn't just come into this like he knew this was coming. Just like with the Mitchell Robinson, all of this, Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks, you have to go over the second. Well, yes, they would if they want to keep him. But if they were just going to maximize him to get the chip and then let him walk and get his money, that makes more sense. So when you put it all together, the Knicks knew they were going to let Mitchell Robinson walk because he already had suitors before the season even ended that were ready to go after him. They also knew they weren't going to go over the second apron. So James Dolan ran interference for the Don and crew by saying, we're not going over the second apron. Everybody acts like this just originated suddenly from Dolan, like he just decided at that moment that's what he's going to do. It's a plan. The Knicks plan. When you're a chess player, you plan ahead. You plan several moves ahead. You don't wait until something sudden shows up in your face and make decisions like a lot of y'all do when you listen to these idiots that's supposed to be content creators and get paid much more than me for doing stupidness. So look, the Knicks knew they were going to let Mitchell Robinson walk. They knew the list of possible candidates to back up Cat. They got roughneck Andre Drummond. We knew that we already stated that the candidates, the leading candidates for the Knicks after that was going to be Yves Missi and Moussa Diabate. Guess who they went after? Yves Missi and Moussa Diabate. Now Missi, Jamal Mosley already said, no, we ain't giving him up. So we know that's off the table. We haven't heard anything about Diabate, like zero. So when you don't hear anything, you know there's discussions going on. What they're made up of, how far they are, we don't know. We will find out. But one thing for sure, and this is why, some of you say I'm too hard on people. I'm hard on knuckleheads that try to second guess the Knicks and don't know what the hell they talking about. Yes, I am. So keep your damn mouth shut. This ain't like Maury Povich or damn X where you could just say anything you want and think you could just get away with it. Not on my channel, you cannot. This is not a democracy. No. We think somebody should have some semblance of intelligence before you just spurt out stuff that you just heard, like you're a damn child regurgitating what your parents said at the table. So no, they didn't plan on keeping Trey Jemison. No, they didn't plan on using a rookie to fill in for the center rotation. No, they weren't going to keep Mitchell Robinson. It's all part of a giant chess game. So that means the Knicks have plans that we don't know about. So we don't need to guess, except to understand the Knicks management knows what the hell they're doing. After all, they are legitimately, as of today, a championship management team. Now, this dude Gerson that came from Minnesota, okay, he was the last one aboard and the first one to leave. He's not part of the brain trust we need. It wasn't him that caused us to get Jalen Brunson. He might have helped get the cat trade done because the boy did come from Minnesota now. And for that, thank you. If you want to leave, bye. That don't stop what the Don is planning. And none of these idiots know what the inner sanctum is doing because he don't let nobody know. You saw, it was almost like the Don was embarrassed when he went on a roommate show and he was trying not to give away the store. And they were asking the question because he keeps everything so close to the vest. It's beautiful. So you should know by now, which I keep telling you, when you start seeing stupid articles like the Knicks suddenly, that's not sudden. That's dumb right there. That's not sudden. Or somebody says, well, it's really very simple. Oh, so you sitting up with your fat behind in a chair somewhere going to tell what's simple that the Knicks know, don't know, and you know. So at this moment, on August 5th, 2026, the Knicks are working the phones. They're working the scouting department. They're talking to agents. I can guarantee you that. And they got a list of players that they want to add to make up these last two spots. Now we find out Nickel may be able to go back to college, maybe to get some money, because that's the only reason he would go back. It ain't like he's going to get that much better. He'd be better off practicing with the Knicks and going to Westchester to learn the game. We know he could shoot. We know he could play defense. But maybe he can get some more money, like Dink Pate did. See, Dink Pate wasn't going to make no $2, $3, $4, $5 million this year unless he went back to school, went to Providence, got the NIL money. That changes the game. But even though we like Nickel, even though he showed promise, if he wants to go back to college, we still hold his rights, just like we still hold James Najee's rights. Okay, go. Saves us some problems. We can go get other prospects. No problem. And then you got Kyle, Jack Kyle. He's a rookie. He's not as polished as, let's say, Tyler Kolek. And, it would be shakier to have him as our third string point guard. It would be shakier. But you can get him and groom him now. And you can get him cheaper than what Tyler Kolek might cost. Okay? And you could use Tyler Kolek to go get a 5. So there's options. And what I want you to remember from this day on, so you don't start regurgitating the crap you're hearing from these fly-by-night stupid content creators that just want to sensationalize stuff and get you to click. The Knicks always have a plan. The Knicks are always 3 steps ahead. When you see a step and you feel like he's already passed it, he's already seen it, he's already planning ahead. We should remember this so that you can get out of the habit of second-guessing a championship management team. Let me say that again for those in the back. You can get out of the habit of trying to second-guess a championship management team. Enjoy Wednesday. The Knicks have a plan where we'll see what it is as we get closer to training camp. You're going to see a whole bunch of Exhibit 10 signings, like 20. You're going to see it, like you're going to have like 20 players to 21 players in the camp. That's including the regular players. You're not going to have 20 signings, but I'm saying you're going to have 20 players, 21 players in camp. Some are going to be on a stronger position than others. Like if they were to get Cichy was a stronger position than anybody else they would have got because he had a contract that would have paid him by the time you get to October $2 million guaranteed on a $4.7 million deal. Okay, he could have that. If Dallas don't keep him, we could still get it. If they waive him, we'll see. But that's what we'll get. My point is there'll be somebody in camp with a leg up. Everybody's going to have to earn. But there'll be somebody in camp that has an advantage because he's the best prospect of what's in the camp. We'll see who it is. But they don't need to second guess for sure. And they don't need to worry about it for sure. We're going to be good. Just be healthy for sure. Y'all enjoy your Wednesday. Sure.